Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video today because after I had gone woofing in Denmark for 2 months, I got a lot of my friends really interested in what woofing is. A lot of them told me, that they want to do it themselves and how they can go about it. I figured this would be a really cool video just to inform people who are really interested in the idea of going woofing. So I would recommend woofing to anyone who wants to get out of their comfort zone and experience a life-changing experience, really. All the while you can be, positively aiding the shift towards sustainability. So it's a really great thing, you know what I mean? So tip number 1, do not overthink your destination. Just go with your gut. I remember at first I was so set on going to Hawaii, but something just told me, you know what, look for different alternatives. I think the one thing that really kind of threw me off about Hawaii is because I pay attention a lot to the reviews left on the farms. For Hawaii, their experiences seemed really 50-50. Like, some people had this grand old time, but then I saw a lot of complaints in the reviews and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I started, doing some research and I heard that Denmark was one of the happiest places in the world, if not the happiest. I looked at the reviews, not one single complaint, not one bad thing left on any of the farms, and I was like, okay, that's it, I'm going to Denmark. Also, I guess this would be tip number 2. Really pay attention to the descriptions left by the farms. There's a farm description that lets you know what they do, how they run, all that good stuff, and really just pay attention and see if what their message is saying resonates with your core values. So I really tried to make it a priority to go to a farm that didn't eat animals, and I did find that. I found, well, in my case it was kind of like a school farm. They ate an all-vegan diet, so that really resonated with my values. Tip number 3, I already forgot what tip I'm on. When it comes time to messaging farms that you're interested in, try to send them as much information about yourself as possible, because you want to get to know about their farm and them, but they also really want to get to know who they're bringing into their farm. Of course, always be friendly and respectful and positive, because remember, these people are willing to open their doors for you, so you definitely have to be respectful. I would recommend to, I can recommend this, but I haven't woofed enough to really tell you how far in advance you should plan your woofing trip. But I personally plan my woofing trip 5 months in advance. If you try and plan it too soon, you might not have any spots. Might be other woofers, so if you plan way in advance, like a couple months in advance, then they should be able to make room for you. 3 to 4 to 5 months before your woof trip is when you should obviously start planning it. Really, really important tip, do not overpack. I did this and I didn't even pack that much, honestly, but what I realized is that you're gonna find yourself probably wearing the same thing over and over. I basically, when I got there, I wore maybe 5 main pieces. You're just gonna be on a farm. Of course, there's times where you get to explore around, and of course, you want to pack an outfit or 2 for a night out, but definitely don't overpack. You don't need that much clothing. I forgot what tip I'm on, so just fuck the numbers. If you're planning on woofing in another country, which I highly recommend, I would recommend researching about that country before you go there, just so you have an idea of what you're getting yourself into and what the people from this country are like, just so you go there and maybe something they do that is different from your own culture, that may be weird to you, so you don't react in a strange way. So when I was doing research for Denmark, I was trying to get an idea of what the Danes were like. How do I explain this? They're not cold. They're not cold at all. They're extremely friendly people, but I guess they're more reserved and more shy than Americans would be. It's kind of highly unlikely for them to just compliment you randomly, like if you're walking, like, oh, I like your shirt, or some random shit like that. It's not as common for them just because they're more to themselves. Another thing that I read and that I really much noticed while I was there is that they don't throw around the phrase, how are you? Us in America, we're so quick to say, hi, how are you? It's just automatic when you see someone, when you meet someone that you don't even know, and you don't even think that you're saying this. It's just so common for us to say, and obviously we don't care how this person's doing, like we just met them. That's how Danes are like they don't say how are you so easily because they really mean that phrase when they say it. If you ask someone like, hi, how are you? They're like, I'm good. It's kind of a big deal. And I did notice this, and I was so self-conscious when I would greet people because the American me just always wants to say, hi, how are you? I know, and as soon as I would say it, I'd be like, fuck, like I shouldn't have said that. So do your research, get to know what these people are like, get to know just the vibe. Another tip would be to bring a journal like I have here. This is actually the one I brought to Denmark. I'm so glad I brought this journal because I would feel inspired a lot being in a new place, experiencing all these new things. This was a nice little outlet to kind of express everything that I was feeling and going through, and you can definitely look back and see the things that you've experienced. For example, if anyone is interested, I'm going to read something I wrote while I was at Moons Clint. Oh, this is kind of like really corny, but it's kind of cute. Moons Clint. You are beautiful, you are pure. When I breathe you in, I feel clean. Dirt lives inside my fingernails, but I couldn't feel happier. We light the sacred herb mixture of sage and... You fill me up, the sun, it's perfect, not burning, but never failing to keep the cold away. Never did I think the world could be so quiet and still. I am so used to hearing the background noise, even in nature. There's always something, a plane, a car, a factory. But here, nothing. That's literally how I felt when I was there. I never thought the world could be so quiet. I remember laying there exhausted, but then I was just in awe to hear nothing. I very much recommend bringing work boots. You're gonna need them. Obviously, you're going to a farm, right? That's kind of like self-explanatory. And then finally, bring a nice outfit. I mentioned this before, but bring a nice outfit in case you go out. You're definitely gonna want to go out. Oh, little side note. I don't recommend woofing for those people just trying to get a free trip out of it because it is work, and if you aren't into, farming or getting to know about sustainability or permaculture or organic farming or anything to do with that, you're probably not going to enjoy yourself. I mean, I feel like you should know this, but it is just a little side note because I know some people, look at it as like, oh my gosh, a free trip. Yeah, so that's all the tips I have for you guys. As of now, I will be woofing again in December through January. I hope to woof again in summer with my friend Brianna. We plan on going on a backpacking trip through Europe and want to cover all of Scandinavia and want to woof in Finland and maybe some other countries. But anywho, this is my first, I guess, woofing tip video. Maybe there'll be more to come, maybe not, but I hope you guys enjoyed it.